Woohoo! Hey, welcome everybody, Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. Of course, your host, Superman. We're going to get into it. Hopefully, you'll get in the chat, say hello. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe at the bell for future videos. Definitely smash that like button. We've got a lot to go through today, so hopefully you guys can enjoy that. And we're probably going to get it, I don't know, just over an hour, something like that. So stay tuned. We're also going to get the Hex Daily Stats later on when they come out, so the timing's pretty good for that. Let me just update the live chat there. Cool. Now, it's Saturday morning here in good old Kiwi land, 11:30 a.m., 11th of June. Got a few in the chat there. We've got Briz in the house there. Woo! Hey, good to see you, Briz. And what's up, Mexicans? Good to see you, Tin Top, as well. Sandy Beach managed to make it as well. I'm not sure if Rag to Rich's live stream is wrapping up. He's been on for a little while there. So big shout out to Rags. We're going to get into it straight away. We've got obviously a lot of happening. Now, if you recall earlier in the year, we're talking about that this year was going to be volatile. And of course, a lot of you guys know that already. It's definitely volatile. We talk about that fairly often, but we don't overdo it on this channel. But definitely volatile this year. And also currently we're in a bearish trend, right? Which hasn't fully played out probably with the volatility that we're expecting. So just take that into account. That's kind of our bigger climate, sort of our context for what we're happening at the moment with crypto. Crypto Goggles in house there. Woo! Good to see it. Josh is Superman, my main. Hey, Josh, good to see you as well. I'm getting really sketchy vibes from that cult DAO. Hey, I looked at that Brazology, and of course they're looking to do some potential investing with Pulsechain, right? I thought one of their votes. So yeah, I would. I have my own thoughts on those sort of things. I mean, if anyone wants to invest in Pulsechain, great, but I do have some issues around that. Yeah, let me know. Jump into Discord, Briz. We can talk more about that for sure. Sally Beach in the house there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you. Woo! Hey, Sandy Beach. Reminds me of the Hexy Shrimp, says Brazology. I can't even remember that actually. So get into Discord. We'll talk about that. What else there? Sandy with the emojis. Big Kahuna's house. Happy weekend, Hexkins. Which Celt Dow, says Sandy Beach. People have been talking about it on some other channels, Sandy Beach. So I thought I'd have a look at that. So I did. They had a vote on. I can't remember the guy doing the votes. But that's positive from that point of view. Just a little bit, I kind of agree with Briz, just around the setup of it. So you do have to win the votes. Kind of like you get a treasury, you spend a certain amount of that treasury on certain projects. One of the votes that kept popping up was per Pulsechain. I actually think I didn't see it, but it was pretty close to being successful. The first one was failed or withdrawn. Yeah, I think we've had 3 votes around Pulsechain, Pulsex, something like that. So I thought they had a Pulsex one. I think it failed. But they look like the last one, the Pulsechain one, looks like it was Pulsechain. Yeah, it looked like it may have been going through. I'm not sure which way that was because I looked at that a day or two ago. Brazil says cool. All right, so let's get into it. So we got obviously the bigger context. We always like to zoom out, and I'm not going to be, you know me, I don't spend too much time on this. I just like to get the basic themes. But it's just got here, Dow on Friday suffered its biggest weekly sell-off. Now we've been watching that a couple of times. We saw that had been having pretty decent pullbacks in the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is top 30 industrials, just for those who are not aware. And then there's the S&P 500, Standard & Poor's 500 companies. And then NASDAQ is another big indicator there. You can actually see those up here. We've got the Dow Jones down 2.73%. Again, so it's had a couple of days down. So if we highlight over that, you can see the chart there as well. And I think you've got the month chart there on the Dow Jones. You can sort of see the big drop there as well. So it was up here at 33,000 quite a bit. Now it's down to 31,400. S&P 3,900 is down 3%, and the NASDAQ down 3.5%. The VIX, which is like a volatility index, and that's what we're talking about for the S&P, that's actually up 6%, so that's been climbing as well. So you can see that climbing there on the chart above for the last month compared to the last month. Had been down under 25, but climbing back up there as well. So what's some of the reasons for that? Obviously, unexpected step up in pace of inflation. This word unexpected That's a load of baloney. So what you're seeing is that the people running the United States don't know what they're doing. Typically, you see the head of the Fed saying that they didn't expect the inflation, all sorts of stuff. They made mistakes. I mean, this is just how silly these people are that are running the place. So my background is in economics. And you could see it coming, and you have seen it coming, and we're going to see a lot more of it coming. So, it just goes to show you just how silly certain people are. I'm not going to get political on this channel, but it's self-evident. One side is on the money, the other side is out of the money, and the people that are running the place at the moment are out of the money, don't have a clue what they're doing. They're just wrecking things. Some of the stuff they're doing intentionally, but we won't get too much more into that. That's kind of my general political comments without saying anything. So set up there in the pace of inflation sent yield, treasury yield surging and put the screws on growth sectors on the economy amid bets for a more aggressive Federal Reserve rate hikes. Like we say, Federal Reserve is actually pretty much trapped. The only way they can deal with such high inflation is to keep raising the rates above the inflation rate. That's going to obviously further wreck the United States economy. And of course, plummet people into recession. But it seems like these guys are pretty keen on that. Watch the space there. If you think things are bad now, these guys are such idiots that they can really wreck things. So they've already done it. They actually made a lot of these problems. I would say 80% of these problems are made by them. 20% I would associate to the geopolitical war with Russia at the moment. So just take that into account. So the consumer price index rose 1.1% in May, above expectations of 0.7% increase. So you can actually highlight on this. You can actually see that the actual was 1%, forecast was 0.7%, previous was 0.3% increase, taking the year-on-year consumer prices through May to 8.6%, its fastest rate since 1981, and above economists' forecast of 8.3%. The growing signal for the Fed, the factors pushing inflation above fresh 40-year highs are broadening beyond just supply chain issues, with shelter, food, gas leading the gains. So you guys can draw your own conclusions, but I think they're pretty obvious. Unless you're ideologically bent, then if you look at reality is a good punch in the nose. So if you think about what they're doing at the moment. The Federal Reserve is committed to reducing demand to meet a supply-constrained world. This inflation reading will strengthen that resolve. Now, the supply-constrained world, much of that has been self-imposed, and of course, you can work out the rest of the math there. So cool. The other thing is Treasury yields jumped on bets that the Fed will be forced to deliver 50 basis points at each of the next three meetings, putting growth sectors of the market, such as tech, and which are vulnerable to rising rates on the back foot. Obviously, techs are really what has been driving a lot of the economic growth, and of course we have about 16 industrial sectors, tech sectors, that have been leading this massive charge. Even with printing money since about 2008, we have seen these six industries revolutionize the technology we have today, and so they get hit pretty hard. Most of the big growth in the stocks are pretty much the leading tech stocks there. Where Apple was down 3%, while Meta Platforms and Microsoft fell 4%, leading losses, big losses there. Now, this is obviously going to take a bite on the everyday person. Consumer discretionary also played a big role in sell-off, led by travel and leisure stocks on fears that red-hot inflation will put a further squeeze on consumer spending. Caesars Entertainment, Royal Caribbean, and MGM resorts and booking were amongst the biggest losers in the sector. That's pretty interesting, seeing Royal Caribbean and other places like that starting to get hit by that too, in terms of consumer discretionary spending. The pace of consumer spending is going to slow. We've seen that, already seen that in the choices they are making. Or when you're paying a lot higher prices, that you're going to get that, aren't you? There's been a few, and wages aren't quite keeping up with that. So let's just say the least. There's been a few anecdotes that even on services like cruise, demand is down for the next year. People are a little bit shocked by how much things cost. No kidding. Financials were driven lower by banks as the Treasury yield curve continued to flatten on bets of potential recession ahead, so forth. So Then it's got a bit about crypto at the bottom there. Bitcoin fell 2% and Ethereum fell 6%. So crypto is actually holding up reasonably well at the moment from the big amongst the big players. So it's pretty interesting. All right, so that's the first article. We've got another one there to focus on crypto. So that's kind of the general market. And we're going to zoom in a bit further next on the crypto. Sandy says, oh, thanks. Peace from Briz. Chet Parker's in house there. Yep, still awake in the UK for the first time, catching a stream. Hey, Chet, it's really, really cool. We've had quite a few people from the UK jumping into the stream. So it's really cool. Appreciate it. Big shout out. Crypto Cowboys in house there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Where's my country gone, says Briz. Yeah. Hit the likes. Great content. Hey, Sandy Beach, appreciate it. Lies Beneath in the chat as well. Hello, how are you today? Very good, Lies Beneath. And, of course, the ultimate strategy we're going to play out on this channel is Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. Absolutely. Briz says, where has it's now been? I'm not sure. Maybe it's busy. I know that normally it's now is in this chat at the moment, but sometimes maybe just has something on. So we'll probably catch up with it now later on. Jody Dunning says, hi all, early afternoon on Friday for me, in bed with a baby and a tummy ache. Things have been pretty quiet. I did hear about Win-Win and Bank X though. Seems like a few more projects on Pulsechain. Yeah, I actually do. I haven't seen the Bank X one, so I'll have a look, check that out. But the Win-Win looks pretty good. Saw that on Magic Carpet Ride. So that looks one of probably the better ones that we've seen lately come out with the way they've set things up. Yeah, I hope your tummy ache gets better there, Charity. But I'm sure the joy of the baby is going to help you a little bit there, as long as it's smiling, right? As long as it's got the smile on, not the crybaby on, which is not bad of being a baby, but. Okay. A Mango Junkies in the house there. Oi, oi. And a Mango. Says Briz. Christos is in the house there. Good evening, Superman. I'm just staked the Hex I've been accumulating since this dip 10 years. Woohoo. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations. We're not worthy. That's awesome, Christos. Really, really is cool. Yeah, pulling up the T-share staking ladder, even during bearish conditions, bear market, it's really, really cool. And of course, I think that's pretty. We're going to look at the Hex price later on. So I think our chart's been doing pretty good for us in terms of indicating where the sentiment is, especially since I've added in the EMA 13 moving average. I didn't used to have that, but that's a very good guide, and it seems to be playing out pretty well for us at the moment. What else do we got there? Hey, P's in the house there. Hey, Superman. Woo! Hey, P, good to see you in the house. And Lies Beneath says, nice, Christos. Nice. Yeah, definitely good getting those T-shares. All right, let's have a look at, we're going to zoom in now on crypto itself. There's a second article here. This is actually on Cointelegraph. The first one was on investing.com. Global financial markets again find themselves trending lower on June the 10th after the consumer price index came in at blistering 8.6% over the year on year. Now this is written much better. This article is written much better than this silly thing over here with the beginning. So it's not the information side. It's always when they add in stuff which is just ridiculous, like this unexpected. I mean, seriously, come on. This is we know investing.com is a certain political leaning. It's more subtle than a lot of sites, but it's still there. 8.6% year-over-year increase, the highest print since 1981. The hottest than expected CPI print result in a collapse of 30,000 support of Bitcoin. Sold off to a daily low of 28,500. So, but Bitcoin's managed to jump back, which is really actually quite interesting. So even though it had a little dip on it, it actually came back quite a bit. Several analysts in the market are saying about the outlook for Bitcoin moving forward, since there appears to be a little relief on the inflation front, and the Federal Reserve is determining to raise interest rates. I don't know about relief there. That's pretty dubious comment there, but it's what one that I would say. Dollar strength weighs heavily on risk assets. The effect of the high CPI print onto benchmarks, the DXY and the S&P. So we've got a few things there. I'm not going to jump through all of that. Market analyst Kevin Stevenson also said that the Fed's inability to curb inflation is likely to transition to a choppy price action in the next year. I agree with that 100%. That's very true. With inflation at 8.6%, this means increased rate hikes are likely. DXY is going to go parabolic. So you can check that out as well. We're going to go back out of there. BTC and most asset classes are likely to going to have to deal with a lot of ranging at the lows, sideways for a year possibly. So definitely, I keep clipping on that, so I apologize for that. Instant recovery is not likely. Yeah, well, I think we probably agree with a lot of that. There's potential for a pullback below 28,000. Obviously, we've been talking about that going to 22, 23. But Bitcoin's being pretty resilient at the moment, but just not moving higher. Still in that bearish trend, so it's more likely to move down, especially with this volatility. Very hard to see it moving up in this climate. So cool. I think BTC needs to reclaim 30k to prevent downside. Well, it's kind of done that on support. It's likely been tested 4 times now, so more likely it gives way to 28. If it can get back over 30, then 28 may be avoided. I would say that's fairly true. We're at 29 at the moment on Bitcoin and 1660 on ETH, which is a lot weaker. But Bitcoin trying to hold on there at the moment. So overall, the cryptocurrency market now stands at 1.1 or 1.2 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance 46.6%. So there's some interesting stuff there. Not too much different to what we've been saying on this channel either. So that's pretty good. I happen to agree a lot with that one. Maybe worth checking out DXY as well. So the dollar index there. Cool. So that's where the crypto market is at the moment. BNB's also gone down to 286. And how's let's have a look actually how USDT is performing during this time. So actually it's doing okay. 24.4 cents, been pretty similar around quarter of a dollar there for quite a while. BTC at 29.100. So that's cool. That's correct. So we start off with the bigger markets. We've zoomed down on crypto, and of course you're thinking, man, this is the news is not the best. Well, there is a little bit of positive news on the longer time horizon. So we're going to check out that. So global Bitcoin adoption to hit 10% by 2030. Blockware report. So there's a bit of positive news for you. Bitcoin, like the internet and social media, benefits from network effects, where more adoption spurs higher value and incentive for additional take-up, says Blockware Intelligence. Obviously, if Bitcoin gets better adoption, then the rest of the market will too. The adoption of Bitcoin could occur more rapidly than the adoption of past disruptive technologies such as automobiles and electric power, with global take-up likely to hit 10% by 2030, according to a new report. So that's pretty nice. We always used to use the figure of 2%, remember? We're using 2% all the time, so it's nice to get another new figure there. Now, I think it's probably a little optimistic, but I think there's a good chance, good chance there. Maybe just slightly optimistic, but a good chance we might get there with that. Every wave, we get a lot more people jumping in. That's definitely true. A lot more people getting awareness and stuff. Blockware Intelligence said it arrived at this forecast by examining historical adoption curves for 9 past disruptive technologies, including automobiles, electric power, smartphones, internet, social media, along with the growth rate of Bitcoin adoption since 2009. All disruptive technologies follow a similar exponential S-curve pattern, but newer network-based technologies continue to be adopted much faster than market expects. Using the average and weighted average of historical technology adoption curves, as well as the growth rate of Bitcoin adoption, the report was then able to arrive at its prediction. It said that based on a metric called cumulative sum of net entities growth in Bitcoin, predicted a CARG, a CARG of 60%. We forecast the global Bitcoin adoption will break past 10% in the year 2030. So that was the chart there. We're here at the moment, so really going to climb pretty strong there. And what else we got there? It doesn't actually say what the other one is. A BTC annual supply increase. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the annual supply increase there. So it's called Bitcoin Blockware Intelligence is the research arm of Blockware Solutions, Bitcoin mining and blockchain infrastructure company. So you might expect it to be bullish on adoption. Yeah. So there's the adoption rates there. Got all the automobile, landline, tablet, etc. in here. Cool. So I might post this in the chat there if you want to check this out in more detail. Bam. What else have we got? Constantine's in house there. He is freedom. Yep, I agree with that. It's Sandy. You too. yeah. In the house is J-Man. Good to see J-Man. Hello, everybody from J-Man. I've loved this bear market highest. I've been paid for X is 10 cents. Able to DCA my way to a lot more than I expect to see charity. That's beautiful charity. Really, really good. Biden is wrecking the economy. I didn't want to say it, J-Man, but you said it for me. So yeah, 150%. And all the idiots that are sitting behind them, all the radicals. There's all ton of nuts, radical nuts in there. Catch you all later. Headed to the gym, says Sam. Hey, Sam, always great to see you. Have a great workout. You have to post some of those some of those images for Jim Rat Crypto. He's sort of the gym master in the Hex community now. I heard that too. You're thinking to try to go to events for both states. What else there? Bear market is going to last a while, says Damien. I believe so. I agree. Boom. What's up, Hexkins? Woohoo, says Crypto King. Hey, Crypto King. Always good to see you in the house. The intelligence unit said that it expects Bitcoin adoption to reach saturation quicker than many other disruptive technologies, given direct monetary incentives to adopt the current macroeconomic environment, and because adoption growth will be accelerated by the internet. From a consumer perspective, past technologies had convenience, efficiency-related incentives to adopt them. Adopting automobiles allowed you to zoom past the horse and buggy. I'm sure, but that must have been a lot of fun, right? Bet that when you first got the cars, it must have been pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. I do think they used to break down. They used to crank them up. I think they used to. I'm sure they used to break down fairly regularly at the beginning. But that would have still been pretty cool to go past a horse and buggy. I mean, a horse and buggy for centuries, and then suddenly you got this car. That was pretty cool. It reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother had a story. She was a little girl, and what year was it? I guess it would have been like 1912 or something like that. It was pretty early. And she said that her mother told her to go down the road and to the phone booth. There's one phone in the town, and wait for a call. I think it was from her uncle or something like that. And she was supposed to get a message or something like that. And so she went down. She's this little girl. She went down to the phone. She'd never used a phone, never seen a phone. And that she was at, I may have asked the dairy person or whatever. I don't know all the details, but she went down there. She answered the phone, and it may have been in one of the little shops or something. I don't know what the location, but basically the story was the phone rang and she jumped and she freaked out. She picked up the phone or whatever, something to that basic effect, and she heard a man's voice through the phone, which I think was probably her uncle or something like that. And then she said, what happened? You know what happened? She dropped the phone. She screamed, dropped the phone. I think she wet her pants or something and ran all the way home. And that's how freaked out she was by the technology. Isn't that crazy? Is that a crazy story? She told me that story. She said it was completely mind-blowing. So it just makes you think a bit about, we take it for granted. We're used to technology. We're used to looking forward into the future. But back then it was such a big shift in probably, going from cars, horse and buggies to cars. It was really pretty amazing. So it was a great story from my grandmother for sure. With Bitcoin, direct financially incentivized adoption creates a game theory in which everyone's best response is to adopt a Bitcoin. Bitcoin, like the internet, smartphones, and social media, also derives benefits from more people that adopt the technology, which is known as the network effect. In case in point, if you were to only use the only user on Twitter, would it be of any value? It would not. More users would make other technologies more valuable. However, the authors of the Blockware report stressed that the model used to predict the rate of adoption was only conceptual at this stage, adding it is neither meant to be used as investment advice nor a short-term trading tool, and it would continue to be refined. The general trend is clear, however. There is high probability that Bitcoin's global adoption will grow significantly into the future, and thus will price. So that was pretty cool on that one. They've got a couple more paragraphs here. I'm just going to quickly look through this. Crypto adoption has been growing rapidly for the last few years. 2021 global crypto ownership rates reached an average of 3.9%. So that's probably the best figure I've seen. That's probably about right. With over 300 million crypto users worldwide, according to data from AAA. So that's probably, we used to use 2% all the time. That's probably about right, that 3.9. The global cryptocurrency payment gateway in some form or the other. So pretty cool. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, cool. All right, we're going to end on that one. So that is some of the good news. We've talked about the stock market, the interest rates, the inflation. We've talked about the crypto, the impact on general crypto. I've talked about the good news there with the old Bitcoin adoption and crypto adoption. So it's pretty cool. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, 29,000. We're going to jump over into Hex and have a look at Hex now. Let's get into it. J-Man's got the woohoo. Brennan, it's very early in the planning stage, but that would be awesome to catch both meetups. I think maybe meeting a group from the US. It's very early though. I think people may be interested. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're making some good meetups there, Sandy, for sure. 2024, let us get our pulse gains, lol, says Sandy Beach. Yes, but it's not too early to get planning. A nice one. Go Positives in house. Hi, everybody. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to you. I like that. Go Positives. Good name. Off to see some whales swimming up the east coast today. They have been really active. Nice, Brennan. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've done some whale watching and stuff like that. It'd be pretty cool to swim with a whale, wouldn't it be pretty cool? You see some of those documentaries where they're swimming, these professional, I guess they're professional divers swimming with the blue whales. I mean, that must be just intense, right? That must be intense. Great White's in the house with the emojis, looking good. Woo! Hey, good to see you, Great White. Hex Token channel member too. And Sandy Beach says, Hex Token, you'd be invited too. Woo! I like that, Sandy Beach. Big heart from Sandy Beach. All right, so here's our price at the moment on the chart. We've got 4.8 cents. This is our big descending triangle that we're in. I actually have to fix it up a little bit, but it's there. We've got the support line at 3.5. A 95% pullback is 2.6 cents. This chart doesn't show it, but we actually spiked and hit that earlier. This chart doesn't show it for some reason. Not sure why the disparity there, but it currently at 4.8 cents. The real price is about right. We are waiting for the crisscross of the EMA here as well. It is getting closer, although we did have a bit of a wide dip in the hourly, but that won't probably show up too much on the daily chart there. But we're waiting for this to cross over, trying to find the bottom. That said, we've got two things. We've got the crypto markets, how the markets are generally. Bitcoin's holding up okay so far, but we've also got, that's on the, if that goes down, then obviously we can go down to, 1 cent in view. But if we hold steady, we should have reasonable enough stability, barring any whales deciding to do some crazy stuff. And on a positive note, if we get any news around Pulsechain from Richard Art, then obviously that's our upward catalyst. So at the moment, we're kind of in that neutral zone. Obviously, with the bit of the news coming out today, it's weakened the markets a little bit there. But we're back up at 4.8. It's not too bad. Yesterday we were at 5.2, 5.4. So it's not not too bad in that sense. So maybe 0.5% at the moment in the charts there. We are waiting for the yellow line, the 13 moving average there to cross over the red line, the 50% Bollinger Band. So we are waiting for that. So you can see that more clearly there. Let me just get the comment away. So you can see that we're waiting for that crossover. When we do get the crossover, you can see that we get a nice uptrend reversal in there as well. So we're looking for that. At the moment, it's narrowing, but it's not crossed yet. So that's what I mean. We've still got a few days ahead of us at least. That assumes that the market stays kind of pretty stable, even in the current area that it is. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's have a look. I think we've got the DMI as well. We'll have a quick look at the DMI, see how the buyers and sellers going. The sellers getting a little bit stronger there. We can see that in the chart action. The buyers, they're still relatively weak. Now, I know we've got a lot of retail people buying, they're averaging in, but dollar cost average at the bottom is not confirmed yet. So do that. And if we look at the hourly, we actually made a new lower low there. So we're going to have a look at that too. The RSI is currently at 32. So that's on the, not quite exhausted. So still a bit of room there for the prices to be on the lower side. That's kind of where we're at this stage. So cool. All right. So we're getting this narrowing now. You can see it's narrowing slowly and surely. The gap between the red and the yellow, but it could still be, 5 days, 7 days. It's just hard to tell. We'll just have to see. It's getting closer, but we need a few more days of data there. Today's not helping it. Today's not helping the crossover. Let's say that much. All right, let's get into the hourly here. We've got the hourly chart here going at the moment, 4.8 cents. Now, if you look back on this chart, on this Hex USDC on the hourly, the last chart was on the daily. There's a daily chart. This one's on the hourly here. And this is showing that 6 hours ago, we actually jumped down to 4.6 cents on here. Actually, this chart's getting a little bit more confusing there. What's that chart there? 4.2. So this is so I said 2.8. So ignore that. This is 4.6 there is the lowest chart that we've had on the hourly there. I'm not sure what I was looking at when I said that earlier. Must have been another chart. So I do apologize for that. So we're still 3.6 is our support line. We've hit that once, and we're 2.6 is a 95% pullback from the high of 51.7 cents or 51.3, depending on who you're talking to. 51.7, give or take. That's why I normally round it up to 52 cents just to make it easy on everyone. But let's say 51.7. That's there at the stage. So cool. We got Hedron. Hedron got smashed. So Hedron has been a bit of an issue. We have had ever since we broke down under the 1,000 mark, and then we break down under the 500 mark. We have been in falling territory. We've been doing pretty reasonable commentary on that. Currently now it's fallen down though to 266. I mean, it's unbelievable. New all-time high today is what we've got in Hedron. New all-time high. Now the volume, there's a large volume there, but also the interest has been out of the market too. Not been a lot of interest in Hedron. The Hedron is working perfectly fine in terms of the liquidations and things like that. The auction markets, the products are obviously all working, but just the interest is out of that. And of course, we got bearish conditions and volatility. So 335. Now, obviously, that's a very good chance that we'll bounce back at some stage. And of course, if you pick up a lot of volume, it could be a very nice trade indeed. So at the moment, 335. Obviously, a lot of the attention has gone over to Maxi and Pulse Dodge, but even that's showing under pressure today. So we got 8.4 cents on Maxi. And if we switch it over to the premium, which is actually kind of the more important number now, the premium over Hex, is that it's actually doing really well, 75. Wow, that's still performing like a boss, man. Yeah, we haven't had a breakout though over the premium, 82%. So this is the range I've got here. You can see the range kind of fitted with the bottom of these levels here. And of course, the top here is kind of the top here way back in the 18th of May. And that's 82%. So we've got a 30% range there. And of course, like a boss, it's 1.75. We're going to get a breakout. We've got kind of higher lows there, kind of. You can see in the chart there. We're going to get a breakout of this. I imagine if Hex does do a nice little move up on, who knows, maybe it does it just on the day, we could see a little breakout here in the premium. It's going to be fascinating to see that play out. It's not inevitable, but definitely the chart's looking friendly for it. That's for sure. Let me know any of your comments on Maxi in the chat there. Now, Pulse Dodge coin, it's been the darling, as it were, the darling of the town. This is on the hourly. That broke down in the last hour, just current hour that we're in right now, down to $2.31. Wow. Okay, so that's for the time being. That's destroyed the bull thing for the time being. Obviously, I still think it's going to do a nice little pump back at some stage as the launch phase counts down. I think the whales will they've got dry powder left. They'll still try and move that up. We're going to actually change that to the daily, give us a better overview of this. We're going to pull that down. So there, our plane at the moment is our plane at the moment is down at the moment. We have to change the color. We have to change the color of the plane. We've got to make it red. The plane is red at the moment. And of course, we broke down the key mark. So $3 was key. We broke down that. We thought we were going to hold it yesterday. It was looking pretty good. And then, of course, $2.75 was kind of the bottom of that range in terms of being able to bounce back, move up. But we're definitely pulling back quite more severely now. $3, $2.36. Remember, this is free, so people can easily discard it. That's the case. The whales have to buy up more volume. They'll be happy to let it pull back. The big whales, if they're looking to accumulate way more volume, they're happy for people to sell up. As long as they've got dry powder, they will buy that up. And of course, the launch phase is still ticking away there. We're going to go to have a look at Pulse Dodge supply at the moment. So let us pull that up. All right, let's do it. All right, so we've got 114, almost 115,000 Pulse Dodge in the pool. We've got 4.8 million Pulse Dodge now. Woohoo! Now remember, the maximum is 12 million, but we won't get there. We'll probably end up getting, 5 to 6 million, something in that ballpark, probably close to 6 million when it's all said and done. We do have, was it 400,000 or so going to be minted for the BA and OA address. We've got the contract at the moment. We're going to go down and check out how many claims. 21,130 claims so far. 21,130. So 2113. divided by 91. That's about just over 23% is what's been claimed. I do need to pull out the snapshot so that I can get the exact number, but that's an indicative number. We got the whales at the moment, still looking pretty whalish. Don't see a lot of change there that I can tell. And just based on that, so it looks like the whales are still in place. The cartel. Good on you, Gunther, the cartel leader. There we got claims. Look, all these claims coming in, bang, bam, 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 as well. There's a lot of claims at the moment. So last bit of money. Every cat and dog's trying to get their little extra bit of currency there. Well, I guess while the markets are down. The other thing, of course, is Gunther's still doing quite a few YouTube videos, so still getting the word out there, rallying all the troops into Pulse Dogecoin. So that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the time frame we've got left. We're going to jump out of all of that time frame. We've still got 48 days. Is it 48? 48 days and 13 hours to go for Pulse Dodge there, folks. 48 days and 13 hours to go. Now, you can claim this bonus if you had Hex T-share stakes on the 20th of April. 20th of April. After that, you won't be in the snapshot. You can actually see the snapshot up at the top. If you go to the claim page, you'll be able to see that on the GitHub, and of course you can click on Pulse Dodge airdrop balances, and you'll be able to see that in the details there, and the JSON file, and click the view raw, and you'll be able to see the snapshot from the 20th of April there. You can see all the accounts that have got their different amounts there, so you can search that if you want. You don't have to interact with the website if you're still a little cautious there. You can just search this. So if this is one of the accounts, for example, I could just look at that and paste that in, and there we'll find the account for you. So pretty cool if you want to check that out. Maybe I'll just post that in the chat there. How about that? It's pretty easy to do. Bam. Right, cool. Let's jump out of all that. Pulse Dodge coin. Nice. So that's pretty much that with the markets. We're going to have a quick look at the BNB, of course. BNB markets. Remember, BNB is down 1.2%, 287. I actually think the crypto market's holding up pretty well at the moment. ETH's down a little bit weak, 7% down. That's a little bit weak, but the BTC is holding up not too bad at this stage. Can it hold on? Can I hold on? That's the key. All right, so let's have a look at the BNB markets for what we've been following in the Hex community. Pulse Dodge is still sitting just over 0.5 cent, so nothing new there. With Pulse Dodge, you can see that they're still sitting at 0.5 cent. Not looking too good, but not, it's just slowly creeping down there. P33 having volatility. Look at that, some crazy action there. What's that, up to 38 cents, and now it's at 19.7. That's some crazy stuff right there on the daily. So look at the hourly there. Oh well, look at that. That's some weird stuff going on there. Maybe a bot front running or something, but weird. The volume didn't look very high for that either. So it's pretty crazy. Internet money, or as the first coin, not internet wallet, for internet money, but it's currently at 8112. Managed to get a little bit move up there, but pretty small in the scheme of things. So definitely BNB coin's not doing that well at the moment. So cool. We're going to jump over to Richard Hart stuff. Let's get into that. We're going to do that in a second. So let's make sure I'm just up to date here on some of the comments. What else we got here? Let's jump through some of these. Up to that. Man, I didn't realize how far I'd floaten this up to. Brazil says Bitcoin has traditionally did a big rally for 6 months before the 4-year halvening. That's 1 year from now. Think about that, says Briz. Yeah, that's good insight there, Briz. Sign me up, sweet man. Would be awesome to swim with the whale. Yeah, that'd be awesome, eh? Swimming with the whale, man. That'd be absolutely legit experience. Australia, not far for you, right? Yeah, Australia's just next door. It's probably still about was it 2,000 kilometers away, 3,000 kilometers or something, maybe further. I actually haven't thought about that. It's probably about that far. Mixed AKs in house with the emojis, looking good. Sup Hex Crackers, Hex Expedition. Man, did I get that far behind in the comments? I'm trying to find where I am. Oh my gosh, there's really miles behind. I'm gonna have to jump through a few of these. J-Man says, I think Bitcoin is going to go below 20k. CJ's in the house. Best stream in Hex, says Mixed. I appreciate that. Big shout out. Big shout out. Peace and love. Peace and love. PLS, smash the like. Yeah, please smash the like, definitely. Matt Carpelride's in the house. Yo. How goes it, fam? Good to see MCA in the house. MCR, I should say. Did I say MCA? MCR. Man, I'm crazy with my little acronym sort of. That's an awful joke, Lyle says. Yeah. What else have we got going there? Just jumping through some of these. J-Man says, anyone getting into any more sacrifices? Well, we're going to talk about that later on. We're going to get to that topic. Excellent choice in the house there. Join the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. Yeah, hit that. Nice. What else there? J-Man says, I just sacrificed a little for Refi Exdion. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And what else there? Discord and Hex. Yeah, love it. Yeah, definitely hit the Discord. Discord's over here, so if you want to join in. We're heading up towards 500 members, and we need 18 more to get there. So feel free to hit the link in the video description to join Discord. Great community and great information. That's what you'll find there for sure. Awesome, useful links to all the sites. So really cool list of sites in there, so you can play around and learn everything about Hex, Pulsechain, and Pulsex. I've also got new token links as well, which I've just revamped. So you've got all these links of these cool projects. Definitely tune. I just added in Win Finance, the latest one, there as well. So you can add that. There's Reflexion in there as too. Just the last couple of ones that have been added. There's a few others I'm going to be adding, but those are the pretty updated. Cool. What else have we got there? Yes, hit the like, says J-Man. Tail7 says, what's the best sacrifice at the moment, guys? Yeah, definitely get in there and give your opinion on that one. I mean, sacrifice phases. I said there's at least 3 at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot more than 3, Tail7. We will be getting into that later in the live stream. What else there? Precisely says, pump my bags. Precisely says, how low can PLSD go? Pump my bags, Gunther. Pump them, yeah. Brennan says, Sandy Beach, it's a 3-hour flight from Sydney to New Zealand. Not far at all. Yeah, it's not too bad. Please explain why RH is cool for my girlfriend. Thanks, Constantine. Well, you have to make that up. You have to decide that for yourself, Constantine. You have to decide that for yourself. Everyone has their own opinions. The Squidlord's in now, so we've all been sacrificed, says Squidlord. That's true. Monterey guns in house. Hex is drowning without a branch to grab onto, says Monterey. That's pretty funny, man. But certainly the price is down, which means that you can get you can definitely get a cheaper price entry. That's for sure. What else that we got there? CJ in house. If Pulsechain doesn't come before September, less than 1 cent is very possible. Well, I'd agree with that. Definitely, that's definitely true. Got my bag ready for 1 cent, says CJ. Yeah, I think Pulsechain will launch next year, says J-Man. I think you're right, says CJ. Yeah, so people's expectations are pushing into next year now. That's pretty funny. Hex's Way says, Eat the Whales is a new marketing campaign I've started for Hex.com. See my Twitter and share and create. Oh, nice one, Hex's Way. I like that. We'll definitely check that out on Hex's Way. So we'll actually, let's have a look at that now. I'm going to go and check that out. I think I've got Hex is the Way here. Hex is the Way. Hex is the Way. Bam. Let's have a look at that. Eat the Whales. There we are. Hex is the Whale. Buy the dip. Bear market. Eat the Whales. Very cool. Eat the Whales there. Nice. Hex is the Way. Very cool. I like that. Cool. Yeah, if you haven't followed Hex is the Way, definitely follow Hex is the Way. They're doing a great job on social media, man. Absolutely killing. So we appreciate that. Hex is the Way. I'm going to post that in the chat there in case you want to follow Hex is the Way. Eating the Whales. That's the retail book, man. Eating the Whales. That's for sure. Pablo says, when liquid loan sack balances. Yeah, they're supposed to be out, a couple of times. This week is still in play. So Matt said this week. So we're technically still, have 2 days. So technically still within Matt's prediction there on his last, news update. So we'll just have to hold on, be patient. Obviously with Pulsechain, there's no pressure on the teams. And of course, the teams do want to get everything just right. So we'll just have to be more patient there, Pablo. I sold all my Hex to a G-Cell, says Andrede. That's pretty interesting. What's a PSDC claim doesn't work on Staker? Yeah, I think there's a particular way you have to do that, Squidlord. I think David Feder may have something on that. CJ in house. What else there? Late Gamer says liquid line sack balance is taking forever too. Is there a major issue with the code of Pulsechain? Everything is so slow. No, I think that they just wanted to make sure that they get them over the line. They've got to do videos and stuff like that for sacrifice balances. I think they'll get there in the end. I think they must be pretty close there, Late Gamer. Definitely having no pressure on with the Pulsechain means that the teams will do more checks and more stuff like that, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just like, oh, let's have another look at this, or have we looked at that? You know, it's gonna maybe getting a bit of that going on. Yeah, so we'll see. Can't be too far away. Can't teach good sense to some. Yeah, Jesse, that's crashing to a cent, isn't it? Says Smith. Well, at the moment, it's not inevitable at the moment, but if things do break down further with the crypto market, like if the crypto market decides to make another correction here, down to 22, 23 or something like that, even 25, 26, we could see that happen as big whales decide to panic, retail may panic, and they sell down the market. But at the moment, we're at 4.8 cents, so not too bad on the scheme of things, but definitely 1 cent in the house there. We haven't got the bottom. We talked about that earlier in the live stream. You guys must have missed that. But of course, we're waiting for the yellow line to cross over to get a trend reversal that's not in play. So anything's possible with a breakdown further at the stage. It could just move sideways too. So we'll see. Just watch out, see what happens there. This is kind of our price action in the last week, sitting between these prices, 4.5 and 6.2. It's kind of where we're at this stage. Anyway, we haven't even got on to the next topic there. I've got quite a few comments still to go through. Let's jump through some of this. What else there? Sandy Beach says, I think it will launch this year. Me too, Sandy. I'm with you on that. Pulsechain will launch June the 20th, says Pulse Beta. It's not on July 23rd, which is a great day, by the way. DCA is the way to go with Hex's Great Whites. Definitely is the case there. Manta Ray Gun says they're redoing the code. Richard said there was just some bugs. This is very dishonest. Well, you know what, Manta Ray? I definitely think there was a big mistake with the communication there from Richard. And of course, we've moved on from that. There's not much you can do once those things happened. Obviously talking about a late May launch. We've got several videos. I've got all those videos on this desktop, so I can show you all those. But the reality is that maybe there was some discommunication with the devs. Maybe the devs said, hey, we want to do some, it's working, but we want to rework it to improve it quite a bit. Maybe they had some issues there. So maybe that disconnect between the leader and the team played out there. And of course, maybe they're rewriting some code. So it was, not the best. I do agree. But all we can do is move past that now and just wait for Richard to give us, an idea there. Brennan says, poor whale log. Yep. Precise says, all your posts are negative. Please don't come in and spread FUD. Yeah, they're a little bit on the negative side, Manta Ray, but I can understand they haven't been, the worst of questions we've had in the house there. Late Game says, reviewer, what a disaster, says Late Game Reviewer. And there's a couple of people in the chat here. I'm not even sure who these people are, but they need to be a bit more positive than that. What else in the house there? We got what's going on with Hedron, says Giddy. Yeah, well, like I said earlier, a lot of you guys have missed my price commentary because it's coming in the second half, but it's definitely not it's not the favorite one out of all the projects at the moment. HexFUD has dumped the price, so there's no longer a dip after launch of Pulse. That's true, Pulse Beta. Typing in the dark there, that's all right. When invite, says Magic Cup, right? When invite, anytime, man, anytime, Magic Cup, right? Let's just hit me up on Twitter. We'll queue something up there on Token X for sure. Let me just have a look at some of these. I didn't even see the other comment, even where the other comment came in from. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Lol, that's not true, says Briz. That's not true. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Briz. All right, let's get into the video. This is the latest one. This is the last one We saved the best for last. This came out 10 hours ago. When was the last time you cried? It was asked. Someone asked Richard this. Who put up these questions? Do you know? Maybe I guess they're all from the public, supposedly. Last day you cried. Who asked these questions, man? This is like a little kids thing. Last day of 7 days of Richard Hart with Richard Hart piping in from Iceland. Get ready for some feels with RH. Now, if you guys cry, get yourself a handkerchief. You may be in tears after this. So let's play this. Bam.
Yes, thank you, Internet. Thank you for making me think about times I've cried. Aren't you all wonderful? I think last time I cried when my dog died. So I had a little Chihuahua and had stomach problems and was old. I think she was 11, and then that's it. You're like, that's about 80 for a dog. Now Chihuahuas can go to like 13 sometimes, but this one just didn't do it. So sucks, you know. Bring him to the vet, and then you leave without your dog. Your dog's not with you anymore. So glad I'm wearing glasses. Fuck you, Internet. You don't get to see me cry again, based on your easy question. Yeah, like it makes me sad. The stuff that I love keeps dying. So maybe I can chuck enough money at medical research that happens less often. We'll see. I'm not sure what a world of 100-year-old dogs will be like, but if I can find out, I would like to be part of that.
So that's a bit of heart feels. So if you did have any tears, I hope that you've got a little handkerchief for that. Squidlord says he doesn't want to launch in this environment. Have faith, says Squidlord. Brennan says, did Rackham post his new price predictions? No, Brennan. I checked that before I started the live stream. There was no update there. We'll check it again later on, though. You just never know the timing. We could be in luck there. Now, where's Gen Hex been around? I haven't seen Gen Hex for some time. I'm just wondering where Gen Hex is. I do hope that Gen Hex will be out there somewhere. If you're out there, Gen Hex, big hi to you. I hope that you do come back, and we'll see you soon. I know you've been busy working, but we'll hopefully get to you soon. So there we are. Oh, Sandy says, talking about Rich Hart. Yeah, that was pretty sad, actually, to be honest. DBN House there. Dogs years are a myth. Dog years are a myth. Yeah. Very cool. There's Gen Hex. Gen Hex is there. Oh, I just went past you, Gen Hex. Hey, Hex. So Gen Hex says, hey, Hex, Hexicans. He says, hey, Hex, Hex people. He says, hey, Hex family. Nice to see Gen Hex in the house there. Oh, and also, hey, Pulsechans and Pulsexicans. Gen Hex is there. Nice to see Gen Hex in the house. Almost went just by you, Gen Hex. Almost passed you by. That would have been a sad moment. I would have my tears out. I've got tears coming out now. J-Man says, RH is looking out for the community. Pulsechain is going to shock all the crypto. I agree with that, J-Man. Absolutely. My little Scooby will be 15 on June the 28th. He's showing his age too. Hey, that's such a cool name, Scooby. That's cool. That's Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. How are you? Good to see you. TV and house there. My dog is 14 too. Man, these dogs are mature. Where is he? Come on, just in time to hear that love, says Gen X. Yeah. That's funny, man. He's here, says Sandy Beach. He's here. Blobfish King says, hi all. Woohoo. I'm about 1 hour behind. I was watching Rags. I would have thought inflation should send fiat to gold, silver, and crypto. Well, what happens? It's risk off. Everything gets risked off, Blobfish King. So that's what we're seeing. I actually think that crypto is actually holding up pretty well. You think about it. So it's actually, we get, what's our relative price swings compared to, say, the stock market. But we do, unfortunately, we have a lot of those institutional players that do pull the same tricks. But I actually think it's holding it so far. Let's see how it gets on. What's that, 29,200? That's not too bad. Be like a boss if it gets back to 30, I think. But once again, we're expecting it to break down anyway on this channel, just because it's not been able to break up. And so, I think that's probably the case. What's good, family in the house? But Chris, what's it? Psych-diabetics is in the house there. Good family. Happy Friday. Happy new day, Friday to you, Chris. I love dogs, says J-Man. Dogs are roof, roof. We got the paper markets crushing those markets to make people think twice about selling fiat. He's a mini doxy. Right. Mini doxy. Ruff. They got the high voices with the those sort of dogs. Aussie's box fan made it the right age of 19. Wow, that's amazing. J-Man says, yes, happy Friday. Yeah, it's Saturday here in good old Kiwi land, though. In Australia, too. It'll be Australia as well. Some of the Pacific countries. I guess it's Samoa, Tonga, Niue, Cook Islands, all those out in the Pacific, those islands up there. Craig, good to see you, lol. What else we got there? Sandy Beach says he has a new fan. I saw it on his new video. I see. No, actually, his bark is like a German Shepherd. Oh, okay. I can't actually think of what German Shepherd is, although I've seen it many times. All right, let's get into it. We got David. So we had a look at Richard. I think he's got a bit more fashion out too. Matt from Phoenix says, I think Richard Art is also using outrage marketing to remind the community that we should be doing our own marketing. And quit looking at Richard as the only Hex marketer. We are all our own crypto marketers. Now, we've been talking about that on this channel quite often. Always talk about getting out and do direct promotional marketing. Richard always says that's the best. So that could be telling your friends, doing a bit of a little pamphlet around the local block or the local suburb, something like that. So you can definitely do those sort of things. So definitely get out there and onboard people. We got Richard in the new gears here. How much is this? He didn't put the price of this on there. But we've got this new gears here. Man, he's got this hexagonal there, looking pretty out there. Man, you wouldn't miss him on the street, would you? Would you? Never. Anything that Richard wears, you wouldn't miss him on the street there. He's got this cool upper to the right. Can you post some more pictures of red gear? So we've got the town, the ups, the downs, and the ups there, wearing his outfits. That's actually pretty clever there from Luke Coley. That's pretty neat. We've got this cool car, Richard's car here. That's looking pretty cool. What's that? Is that an old Mazda, like RX-7 or something? It looks. Trying to think what car that was. That a Trans Am? I guess it's a Trans Am there. That's pretty much it from Richard. Woohoo! I don't think we've got anything from Rackham. Like I say, we will check Rackham, but we're waiting for his prediction, particularly in this climate. Should I post an update? Yet he hasn't posted any update yet, so we'll wait for him. Sacrifices. Let's sacrifice balance with Pulsechain. This is slightly different. So we've still got the latest version is the 15th of May. So there's nothing's changed there. That's still the latest version. But we have had a few updates here with some of these informations here. So number and testnet, MetaMask, Pulse lead, Pulse X lead will not match what you see below. More information there. Read this. So that's all the stuff. So testnet, MetaMask, Pulse lead, Pulse X numbers are not official. The numbers in this app are official. So 15th of May is the latest official one. Particularly, do not report discrepancies between what you see in testnet, MetaMask, Pulse lead, Pulse X, or whatever you see below. So that's a little different. At least I've only just noticed that update since we last looked at this. I think we looked at this like the 16th or 17th was the last time. And then it's got, are you hacked? Were you hacked? Is your sacrifice missing? Do you think your sacrifice amount is incorrect? So there's a couple of different options there for people. Make sure you have checked your sacrifice balances well before we launch. You've had lucky to have more time. So that's pretty much on there. On terms of the Pulse X here, now we've been doing our yield farming claims. So we're going to go do a bit of yield farming claims. Always nice to come back to Pulse X testnet. Hey, we've got 23.34 incentive tokens, $1,500 worth. We're going to harvest that live. Why not? Let's do it. It's going to cost 0.00075 T-Pulse or test pulse. And we're there. Transaction submitted. I always like to do this because it's always good to come back to the Pulsechain testnet. A lot of people are not talking about it anymore. That's because Pulsechain is not launched, but we are on this channel because we are Maxi channel. So we're going to be talking about it. Incentive token there. Bam, got that. What do we go and do with it? We go and reinvest it. So we go and exchange we're going to buy some more Pulse, and we're going to take our incentive token. Bam. And that's what we're going to do. Incentive token, we're going to sell it all. We're going to sell it into Pulse there. So we're going to do that. Bam. Let's do it. The rates was a 15,700 for Pulse for one incentive token for Pulse for one incentive token. It's going to cost us a fraction, 0006 of the test Pulse for that. Super cheap there, and away we go. So we're swapping that over, taking our incentive token. We're going to reinvest it into the pool. And of course, we're going to earn fees on that. Of course, 0.22% fees, 76% of 0.29% fees. So that's 0.22% in percentage points. So cool. So we got our pulse there. We're going to now go to liquidity, add our liquidity, bam. In other words, we're topping up. We've already got a ton of liquidity, 97 million LP tokens. So we're going to add even more. We've got pulse, and we're going to add pulse X, and bam, we're going to put that in. $1,500 more. We've got a small amount of supply there, less than 0.01, but we're adding it on to our other stuff there. 0.22% trading fees. Yeah, we'll take that. Now, remember, whenever you're doing liquidity farming, you've always got impermanent loss issues. That's going to cost us 0.0008 to do this transaction. Cool. So nice. We're going to get some LP tokens in our wallet now. So transaction receipt, that's been done. Cool. And we're going to go over to the farm. Bam. And we're going to find our LP tokens. We're going to PLS is the farm that we've just added liquidity to. We've just got some LP tokens from doing that, 669,000. So that's cool. We've already got 97.2 million in there already, 443,000. That has gone down. We've lost about $500,000 in impermanent losses because the prices have all fallen down. But we're going to hold long term. We're holding long term. They are unrealized losses. We only realize them if we sell out our position, right? So we're still going. We have belief. So we're going to add that in. We're going to maxi in 669,000 LP tokens. Going to confirm that. And that's going to cost us 0.00075 T-Pulse to do that. Bam. So we have submitted the transaction. We're waiting for the next one. It's going to tell us we're successfully staked our LP tokens. And we've got our LP tokens. They're kind of the ownership tokens of when you provide liquidity. And they kind of reflect that staked. Your funds have been staked in the farm. Woohoo! Rock on. And we're going to start earning more now. And you can see that our balance has gone up from 97.2 to 97.94. So we're almost up at 98 million LP tokens in there. $446,000. And of course, we're hoping for the prices to bounce back in the liquidity pools. You can see that volumes at the moment pretty low at the moment. Yesterday we had 108 million. Today 44.84 million on PulseX. The prices, of course, up slightly there. 0041 on Test Pulse, and of course PulseX at 0012. So they've pulled back a lot, right? I think we can all agree they've pulled back a lot. So cool. That's what we're doing. Let's have a look quickly at the burn. We're going to have a look at the burn there. Test on the PLSX burn. 50.73 billion is the burn so far. So we hit over the 50 billion. Congratulations. I don't think there's enough worthy of getting. No, that's not quite enough in terms of claiming the burn there. Remember, the burn is a callable public function, and you can make a little bounty from doing the burn. That's pretty much it. So that's PulseX. I thought it's always nice to jump back in there as well and have a bit of fun doing the yield farming, which we've been doing. Nice. All right, let's jump through some of these other stuff here. Daily stats, Superman. Yeah, daily stats. It is out. Daily stats is out. So let's jump to that first. Let's go to daily stats. We will do that. Daily stats is out. So we're up to day 922 for the Hex journey. And of course, day 921 is hot off the press about probably 15 minutes ago, actually. So 10th of, is that hot off the press when it's 10 minutes old? 10th of June, 2022, down 7.1% there to 4.8 cents. So that's kind of good average what we had yesterday and today. The payout per day T-share was really good again, 6.229. Now the base amount is 6.12 at the moment, so 6.229 is really, really good. The T-share rate $1,103, and the T-share T-share price $1,103, and the T-share rate 22,740 with a dot day there. We've had 5 dot days in the last 10 days. That's amazing to have so many dot days. That's incredible. I don't think I've seen that before. So that is crazy stuff right there. Now, if you want to do a 10-year stake, you can get a T-share for a third of this price, right? So if you do, you get a 200% shares bonus. So your effective Hex is higher. You will get that for a third of the price. So that's basically, you can get a T-share for 10 years at $367 at the moment. So yeah, we do say that we're not sure where the bottom of the price will be at the stage. We certainly haven't locked it in at the moment. So maybe you can get it even cheaper than 3,667 we will find out in due course. So cool. Trying to find that bottom there at the moment. Obviously, hoping the market moves sideways is the best outcome for that if you want to hold the prices up. All right, so that's cool. Where are we going over here? I've lost the Hex daily stats there. The average stake length, 6.62 years, 39.45% APY. Hex liquidity has gone up from 137.3 to 156 million. The pool USDC has gone down about 500,000 to 9.5 million, and ETH down is pretty similar. So maybe some liquidity was added there. A little bit hard to tell. You have to go and check the liquidity pools. T-shares up 9,386. Pretty cool. So we've got 10,425,941 T-shares. This is the ownership pool. Remember, Hex is the simple. We've got the reward pool, and we've got the share pool. And the share pool owns the reward pool, and it gets paid out basically every day. It ticks over, and of course, it just ticked over 35 minutes ago. So the less T-shares there are, or trillions of shares, the higher the reward will be, the Hex per T-share payout as well. So that's why we see the Hex T-share payout going up, and we should expect the T-shares to go down over time, despite the fact that we'll get new people coming on board. The T-share rate is always going up. So that's kind of it. The T-shares is kind of like the ownership, and what is the ownership, and the reward pool is all the rewards. It has inflation and penalties going into it, and of course that's the payout there. So pretty cool. What else have we got there? We're going to jump through some of this. We've got total stake, 9.37% of all Hex is staked at the moment. We had a good day in the office for penalties, 2 million in penalties. So like I say, we get the inflation, but we also get the penalties there as well. Now that inflation is based on minted Hex. So just to give you the base amount for where the inflation gets calculated. We've got total holders there. It's 466, up 140 to 466,877. Stake is up 47 to 96,000. And this is where we can get out and onboard people, right? Is to get them onboarded, to get up T-shares, which is the main game of Hex, getting T-shares. And of course, getting their staking numbers up. We can do that just by direct promotional onboarding and stuff like that. That really is word of mouth. Get out there and do that. Maybe put some flyers on some cars, whatever, and we'll keep adding to this figure all around the world. We've got everywhere. The community is global, so just get out and do that. A change in total stakers, 61 up to 121,384, and current holders up 51 to 303,956. So definitely just the community getting out there and spreading the word is the most important thing there. So that was some pretty good advice from on the Richards one there about this one back here. Where is it? This one here from Matt the Phoenix. So awesome. That is the Hex daily stats, folks, and we're currently on day 922. 1,095 days is 3 years. We're over 2.5 years old, so we're heading all up towards that now. Imagine when we hit the 1,000, mate. That'd be pretty cool. Then it's only 95 days left to go. What's that? 3 months after that. All right, cool whip, as we say. Now we're going to close. I'm going to close a few of these, a few cert sites here. Now I'm just jumping back to Internet Money. Now I think they did a live stream in the last 24 hours. I'm going to go back and watch that with a couple of other projects out there. So I'll probably watch that. But they've got their early development of the wallet, Internet Money wallet. Obviously, we're expecting the Heart wallet to come out with the Sacrifice. Richard's indicated 2 devs are working on that. So we're looking forward to that. But this is the Internet Money one. This is the basic sketch mock-up at this stage. So looking forward to this, man. Wallet development update. App basic wireframe design has begun. Picture below. Not final UI, of course. Working prototype airdrop for free PLS and IEM with the wallet download. I think that's going to be really attractive. People are going to want that. And of course, that's going to boost the IEM, which is not performing too well at the moment, obviously under current market conditions. Also, I think they need to do more work around social media there. Chrome extension prototype successfully connected to dApps. Send and receive PRC20. So that's pretty positive too. I think it's pretty important doing Chrome extension. So that's nice to see that. Very, very cool. All right, so that is pretty much that for Internet Money. We're going to jump on to some of the latest sacrifices. So if we go to the sacrifice page, I'm going to post this in the chat in case you want to check it out. Bam. Before we do that, we're going to catch up on the comments. Brendan says it might be a Corvette. Yeah, I think you might be right about that. Side effects. I see. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Hey, Chris. Side effects, my specialty. Yeah. That's pretty funny, man. I think half the time it's funny when I'm trying to work out these names. I think that's probably the thing. I deal with cars side effects. I see. Okay. Brendan says, we don't need no water. Let that PL experience, says Brendan. That's true. Rothko's in the house. Hey, Rothko, man. Long time no see. Good to see you. Woo! Good to see you, Rothko. Have a great night, everybody. And hey, Sandy Beach, appreciate it. You too. Katie's in the house there. Hi, all. And where did I am emoji? I had the I am emoji here. You can see the I am emoji on Discord. If you go to Discord, you can see the I am emojis like Sandy here. We've got heaps of I am emojis. Look at this. Bam. We've got tons of them on there. I think we've got anyone else? I think that was it. We've got quite a few of the other projects on there. We've got plenty of room for lots of emojis. So there we are. That's what we've got. All right. So we've got this is the latest one here. Reflexion token. And of course, we've got Snowball, Aqua, Radex, Pulse Pot, Pulse Oxygen, PL6 Speaks, Power City, Pulse LN, and Chaosverse. These three are all utility ones, so they're offering really cool features like cross-chain swap dexes. So they're really important for Pulsechain. I think we can all agree with that. Being able to get funds across from fiat gateways, particularly Power City and Pulse LN. Offering that, so I think that's really, really cool. Pulse LN with the Lightning Network, Fiat Gateway, Power City with exchanges, Fiat Gateway cross-chain, and efficient prices as well. Also, Chaosverse, they're in the house, they're looking to do things as well. A little bit less knowledge around Chaosverse, so I think I haven't seen much from them, but definitely in that group. Pulse, then we've got all these more speculative plays, PLS Speak, social platform, Pulse Oxygen there. So we've got a couple of green orientated projects. Like I say, they're kind of, I don't know, I'm not really into those. I just don't think that there's a lot of upside to them. But you can definitely check them out and see what you think. PulseSpot, of course, gaming, across 5 blockchains. Hopefully we'll get some news from them soon. They've also changed their sacrifice details. If you do over 5,000, you get the original rate, the first day rate. So you can check that out. Radex in there too. That is, I think, another one there on the. Actually, that's a Dex AMN Dex. So that actually could be may offer some cool features there. Pulsechain Evolution of DeFi, Lightning Fast AMM Dex box. So I put that in with the Power City and the Pulse LN stuff, because this is the all offering utility functions, which I think is going to be pretty good. We expect to have, a good cluster of maybe an oligopoly type of setup amongst these, so that could be good too. This is a new one though. I don't know much about this team, so don't talk too much until I have a better feel of what's going on there. Let us know in the chat if you've got any insights into that. So that's the Radex one there, and then of course we've got Snowball, which is another green one there as well. This one here is I put this in the same camp as the Pulse Oxygen, kind of the greeny project there. Now you've got to ask yourself, does that really work well in crypto? Can the team pull off what they're saying they can pull off? You could ask questions like that, right? Then of course we've got this latest one, Flexion token. Someone just said in the chat there they sacrificed for that, and of course they've got $37,612 sacrificed so far, and they've got these tokenomics. This is kind of like an hourglass DAO, so you have to pay taxes on the way in and taxes on selling. But then they do a lot of the investing for you. So if you like that, you can look at that. I don't particularly like hourglasses and DAOs in particular, but once again, some people do. So you can have a look at the tokenomics. They're all quite slightly different, so some of them may be better than others. So it's just worth checking yourself there on that one. So that's pretty much the sacrifices there, and you can see that's just kicked off. That last one just kicked off. They're already up to 29,000 or something. So yeah, Katie in house there with the ducks and the bread. Good to see you in house. Did someone say a Das SFX? Says Katie. Cool. It's not here on YouTube. What else have we got? Rothko. Yep. Hi, Monica's in house there. Hi everybody. Hey Monica. Happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday indeed. Inflation is breaking my heart, says Monica. That's kind of true there, Monica. Monica. with the hearts and the strong arms. The hearts and the strong arms. I like that balance. That's a very good balance. Yeah, don't forget to hit the Discord if you want to join in for awesome community and awesome information. Definitely get in there. We've got 2 new members in there. So we're going to do welcome to them on the live stream. Free Jam 69. Welcome aboard. We'll give you a nice Irons Crypto one there and Hex Jam as well. We've got 2 jams in there. Lots of jams. What should we give you there? We'll give you a golden one from Liquid Lines. How about that? Hex Jam. So cool. Just hit the link there. Very nice. Okay, how we doing? An hour 15. We're doing pretty good time here, actually. I think we're almost basically up to stuff that we're at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the. I'm supposed to go through the actual values at the moment. So we're going to go through Snowball. We'll go through Aqua and actually see what the actual values are at the moment. So 61,000 for Snowball so far. Aqua is 19,600. So you can see there's a lot smaller sacrifices, and these teams are all new. Like they're kind of new. There's not a lot of stuff around, so it's definitely a lot of people. We actually found that 50% in our poll were pretty keen on. We're still happy to do good sacrifices, so there's still an appetite for it, and so it seems to be the case. 5,000 for Radex there, and Pulsepot there. Pulsepot's probably been doing pretty well. Pulsepot there, 1.4 million for Pulsepot, 1,000 wallets there, so it's been doing pretty well. I did a review on that, so you can check that out either in new token links there. So Pulsepot review, you can see that, or on just tick on this channel here, you can find Pulsepot review. What else we got? We got Pulse Oxygen. We got PLSD Speak there, so Pulse Oxygen, 16,400. So these are much smaller than what we used to have, but these, like I say, these are all basically new. You have to really question the project. That you have to ask yourself: is this thing actually going to do really well? Am I going to put money in this? Especially in the bearish market and the volatility, you need to make be extra critical. PLSD Speak's doing not too bad. 292,000 has been around for a little while. The CEO is going to be speaking at PulseCon 2022 and stuff like that. So that's not too bad. PulseCon 2022, where is that? PulseCon. Oh no, not that one. PulseCon. PulseCon 2022. So yeah, the PLS Speak guy, he's going to be speaking there. PulseCon's not too far away, actually. It's County Town, man. We've got to have Pulsechain launched before PulseCon, man. We got to have Pulsechain launched before PulseCon. I'm just trying to find the CEO of this. So yeah, was it 87 days to go to PulseCon? Man, I do hope Pulsechain is out. I do hope Pulsechain. It just adds so much more having the chain live. I do hope that it gets out by then. Yeah, Mike Chan here is Mike Chan for Pulse Speak is going to be on some of the panels there, along line with many of these other fine people in the chat there. So cool. And I think that was it. Was that the last one? So yeah, and then obviously Power City's still going. Look, Pulse LN still going, and Chaos Vest is still going. So Power City, obviously one of my favorite ones because it's got so many utilities. That's heading towards 3 million based on those numbers, which means they're also going to be doing another giveaway to 80 people, I think it is. So bonus. So there's 3 components to this. There's the 1-to-1. You get 1-to-1 at the moment. So $1 gives you 1 point. You also get up to 55% bonus for if you sacrifice for other sacrifices. So they have that. You can click on the Power City here at the top here, and it will take you to the website. And you'll be able to click on the Sacrifice Now side at the top and play this out. So this is with the Magic Carpet Ride too. So obviously, well loved the community there with the Magic Carpet Ride community. And of course, you can see the 1-to-1 rate. Plus, you get up to 55% bonus if you sacrifice with Pulsechain, Pulsex, Liquid Lines, Internet Money with the same wallet that you're using. And then, of course, they've got some examples there. And then finally, they've also got an incentive for when they reach the total amount. So they're getting pretty close to 3 million. They have a giveaway on the Magic Carpet Ride channel. 80 random wallets get 35% bonus. So that looks like it's coming up as well. I think they just did this one here, the 2.75 million. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think that's coming up. So that's cool for Power City. Man, and I do like that stuff. We play the core video all the time, right? So Pulse LN is up at 897. $1,000. Now, obviously, you can see that the market's just saying, hey, these ones are better than some of the others. The others have some, some you've got to be really more critical. But this one here is obviously with Pulsechain's fastest and simplest fiat on-ramp solution. So this could be really cool. Even with these things, it's one thing to build the technology. You've still got to get your marketing out. You've got to reach your market to get your users using it. So that's the other side of it. But this is really cool to see this. Then Chaos First is at $250,000 as well. And they're doing a few things as well. They haven't seen much updates. I'll have to check this, but they also bring some interesting stuff to the ecosystem, trading, earning. And of course, they've got different things coming up as well. So pretty interesting there. So cool. We're going to play a little bit of video with this one. So we'll play in. Let me just play in the Power City one. This is the Power City core. Might as well play that as well. Let's get into it. Funk it up. All right, so that was Power City, of course, associated with Magic Carpet Ride, and as what we say, more power, baby, more power, baby. Katie says, any news on Liquid Line sacrifice balances? No, we can see on Twitter. We're still waiting for an update on Liquid Lines for a Twitter update for sacrifice balances. We've still got 2 more days technically. Matt said within the week, so we've still got 2 more days. We'll see. Maybe over the weekend now. We just got to, just more patience, baby, more patience. J-Pon in the house there. What's up? Hey, J-Pon, always a pleasure. Another Hex Token channel member as well. Hopefully they add win-win sack details soon. Yeah. So win-win. Yeah, we're looking for that. I actually think that's all the new projects is probably one of the better ones. That looks really interesting. So definitely looks really cool. Sandy Beach says, have a great night, everyone. Real life calling me. Hey, Sandy Beach. Welcome, unlock from the Matrix, and welcome back in there. Or are you going into the Matrix? I'm not sure which one. More power, baby. Yeah, Magic Upright says more power, says Mix, absolutely. And then what else have we got there? Let's look here. Summer's in there. Hey, good to see you, Summer. Family show, says Sandy. It's absolutely family show. Whoop, says Magic Upright. We've got the dancing going on there. Love that. Music's pretty awesome. And we got Mix in there too with the rockets and the dancing. I love it. Yeah, I added that soundtrack overlaid on the other soundtrack because it was a lot more funky, right? A lot more funky. So yeah, we're waiting for Power City. Baby. Yeah, I mean, waiting for Liquid Lines, I should say. Liquid Lines coming up. Got to get my A's and the G's. Okay, we've got Hex at 4.9 cents. Is it making a break back over 5 cents? Let's hope so. We've got Hedron at 352. Unbelievable, down 352. That's some pretty insane stuff there. And we got Maxi there at 841. And of course, still working like a boss, Maxi. And Pulse Dodge there at $2.36. The plane is grid at the moment. Gunther, man, turn that plane back up. Power Plant says, I thought life was calling you, Sandy. Yeah. Power City has come into the dance floor, says Acadamaciated. That's true. Yeah, boy. Hey, folks, we're coming up to an hour and 25. We're probably going to end up here in 5 minutes. So we'll just go for another 5 minutes, hour and a half. I'll be doing 2 live streams, of course, so I'll be back on later today. We'll see whether we get anything from Liquid Loans in that time frame. See whether we get anything further from Richard Hart. And, of course, Overwatch with the whale prediction. We'll be looking forward to that update. Hopefully we'll get something like that with the next 4 or 5 hours. So, yeah, let's do that. Brazil says, how come everybody pumping all these crap coins never are in the YouTube chats? Absolutely, Briz. I agree with you on that. Let me just jump this up here. I agree with you on that. I like to have docs teams. I like teams that are actually getting out and say something. I just don't think it's generally speaking, good enough to just to put up a project. There's too many scam aspects to it. And of course, getting a docs teams, at least there's something good about that. I like that. So if you can't have people vouch for them, then there's certainly issues around that. Mix is in the house there. Yeah. Sandy Beach says, I can't leave. Lol says Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach, it's Instagram model love to you, Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach is the best. Hey, awesome, Sandy Beach. All right, so this is our prices. We're getting a little bit of a lift here at the moment, almost 5 cents for Hex again. Let's hope for the best there. We're going to jump out of some of these updates. If you want to check out the market updates we did earlier in the live stream, you can do that. Bitcoin at 29,250. We're looking at global mass adoption up to 10% apparently by 2030. Looking good there on the S curves. We're waiting for Hex to this yellow 13 EMA to cross over the 50% on the Bollinger Bands. Obviously, we're closing the gap, but still a time way off there. That could be easily 4 to 7 days away at the best scenario there based on the current climate. So we'll just keep watching that. At the stage, cool VIP, as we said, cool VIP. Retail has been eating the whales. Is that what Hex is the way said? Eating the whales. So it's definitely the retail has been holding up the book, but of course rewarded with a lot more volume. Yeah, pretty much that. Let's actually, I'm going to pull this out again. We're going to pull this out. We're going to take up this, close this off. We're going to add back our structure there. We're going to also pull this down a bit further. Actually, we'll take up the structure and we're going to put on. Just do the ruler. We'll see where we are at the stage. So 51.8 or so. And we're currently on the pullback at the moment. We're currently at 90.5% pullback at the moment. So that's pretty a big one, right? And of course, if we go to 95, that would be 95 would be 2.6 cents. 2.6 cents. That's a 95% retrace. We do have support line though. At 3.6 cents. These are very, very weak form support lines, though. So let's take that into account. But that's where we bounced off last time. So 3.6, and of course that's a 93% pullback. So that's the lowest we've been so far. Is that 93? So cool. You can see that on the chart there. That bottom support line there. So cool. Let's jump out of there. We're going to close that up. Now we're back to our hourly charts here. I think they're all hourly. Oh, those are on daily. That's hourly. That's daily. So I've got a mixture of hourly charts. The two on the left are hourly charts for Hex and Maxi. The Hedron and Pulse Dodge are both our daily charts as we're wrapping up towards an hour and 30. Magic Upright says, I can come on this afternoon show and discuss LL balances, liquid loan balances. Hey, I'd love that, Magic Upright. Let's do that. So just hit me up and maybe just come into the chat. I can post the link, Magic Upright, and you can jump on. Let's do that. Let's make it happen. I like that. So there we are. Let's give some Instagram model love out to Magic Upright. There we are. I don't know why I do that. Why did I do that? I don't know. I'm crazy. MCR, yes, I like that too. Let's do it. Liquid loans. Sorry, Magic Upright. Let's do it. I'm confusing myself. Music called you back, Sandy. It did. The music was too funky. Up to you, Hex Token. Yeah, 100%, man. Up to 100%. Sorry, I didn't even get to your comment. Sorry. I guess it'll be late night, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, it's going to be late night for Sandy. Tips are delicious. Post a flex if you want us on the next stream. Go post a flex. We'll post a flex. Flex. Oh, there we are. Bam. There's a flex from Hex Token. We got strong arms from Brennan. Flex from KD. Flex from Rothko and flex from Hex Token. How about that? That's pretty cool. Hey, we're up to an hour and a half. Hope you guys have enjoyed the live coverage. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll catch you in the afternoon. Looks like we're going to have Maxi copyright on, and we'll talk about liquid loans balances too. It's going to be fun. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you then, probably in about 4.5 hours time, somewhere in that ballpark. And we'll see how we get on there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Definitely do that. And 2 live streams a day: Pulsechain, Pulsex, and X Maxi channel. So if you love that, definitely join. Spread the word. Spread the channel around. Yo, Roxy Summer. Hey, Summer. I love all your emojis in the Discord, by the way. Yeah, that's so cool. I always pop into something. I see, well, who put that emoji there? And it's like, oh, Summer did. That's so cool. So keep up the good work there. Steve Wright says, thank you for the consistent uplift. Steve Wright, Santa Barbara. Hey, you're welcome, Steve. It's a pleasure, man. Summer says, good night. Good night to you, Summer. Sandy Beach is out as well with the emojis looking strong. QQ. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, QQ. Appreciate that. TTYL says, Katie. Thanks for watching. And, of course, we're pumping out some of these emojis on the way out. See you on the next one, says Brennan. Hey, absolutely. Peace to you all, says Magic Upright. Absolutely. And we'll post it out. Bam. All right. Let's, if you're a Hex Token channel member, smash out the emojis on the way out. I'm going to have some lunch now. And we'll get onto that. All right. Bye for now. Take care. Hey, let's pace out some funky music on the way out. Let's play the soundtrack one more time as we wrap up on Power City Core. It is so powerful. And I love it. I love it. So I think this team's going to be one of the leading teams in Pulsechain. You watch it. Watch. All right, bye for now. Catch you in the next one. See you later.